In today's episode, I'm talking about why doing nothing can be your best response.
This is how legends are made.
Hi there guys, my name is Ben Jackson and I'm here with another episode for you. Again, looking to give you all my best advice so you can make the changes you want quickly. You can grab these practical tips or ideas or approaches that you can actually go and try and get change in your life that you're after. And today's theme was really about stepping back. Nice big broad idea, let me kind of break that down. And it was specifically about something that I've noticed in the last 6 months to a year or so, and I think it's an approach that I found really beneficial, and I think that actually it's just worth sharing, that you might get some benefit from, or at least make you think. It can be useful when it's like a communication, I think by distance, like a voicemail, text or an email, so it's not in the immediate, is to not reply, is actually to step back. Maybe they're not actually asking for anything from you straight away, and taking the approach of just playing it out and see what happens can be hugely beneficial. We can reduce the intensity of our emotions by creating this buffer, by breathing and waiting it out. Oftentimes, the situation can resolve itself. The problem we were concerned about actually doesn't materialize. And we actually step out of that emotion. We create some distance and we're not so linked to it. I feel there's times I've had ultimatums made of me, or I felt that there were going to be conversations were going to put pressure and stress on me and they were going to be difficult, and I anticipated the problem. Yet when I chose the response of just, well, let's see what happens, the actual result, the actual what practically in reality happened was absolutely fine. But actually by not antagonizing the situation any further, by stepping back and watching and observing, it actually was fine. I needn't have gone down any road of creating a difficult conversation or making things worse or escalating in some form. By observing it and watching it, it turned out fine. It turned out okay. And I point this out now because it's an important distinction. When I'm talking about watching, being observant and seeing what happens and not diving in with a response, this is about being assertive. This is about having control of the emotions, to take the time to notice what's going on and see what happens and what actually in reality practically turns up and happens, and then we can have a response to that point here. But it's about holding back from a knee-jerk reaction, about over-engagement and just watching. And there's a distinction between assertiveness in that approach and a very different thing, which I'm not talking about, which is about being passive and actually just thinking, oh, I'll just let it slide, it won't matter. There's a difference. I'm not asking anyone to be passive or to sit back and just accept whatever happens. I'm inviting you to actually step back, assertively step back and observe what's going on. We can often respond to knee-jerk reactions, and I'm offering you a different way of doing that, offering you another way of going about it, which might be more calming and less stressful and doesn't increase anxiety. The distinction I also need to make at that point, this is not about being passive and letting anything happen to you or rolling over and accepting whatever you're given. You still have the conditions that you want to meet, but you're just not saying them until you actually know what's going on. I'm inviting you to notice this next time it occurs for you, to take a step back, remain not passive, remain present and assertive, and see what actually does happen rather than the inflated concern that you may be having. Think about that. Think about how you can make that work in your life. Think about when it might be useful for you, how you're going to be able to apply this and see what results you get. Try it out and let me know in the comments as always. I hope you got some benefit, I hope you get some value from this. Again, it may not be you that needs this help. Maybe it's someone else you know in your community. Share the video, let them know about this so they've got that as another tool they can help with. But other than that, I hope you're doing fantastically well wherever you are, and I will catch you next time.
This is how legends are made.